So it's the last enclosure of the quadplex here, the one at the tippy top. This enclosure is going to house Cleo, my Taiwan beauty snake. So let's just jump on into it. So here we are making the enclosure for little old Cleo. Well, not little, but you know, anyway. Now whenever I've given Cleo height, he pretty much uses it and will stay as high as he can, which is why he's going at the top of this quadplex, because he's an arboreal snake. This is the best bet for him because he's already high. He's already going to feel very comfortable in an enclosure that's this high off the ground. But similar to Hydra's enclosure down here where she has a ledge, I want to kind of do something like that for him. So I pretty much just make it up when I start cutting the insulation board to whatever I think, and when I start carving I make it up again. So now we have jumped to review mats. There's a number of mats that work here at Gizmo's Reptiles. 13 of us to be exact. Review Matt being me, the witty, sarcastic, and probably the most handsome of the bunch. Then we have Editor Matt, who's a bit of a simp, if I'm honest. And then we have Video Matt, who is the guy on the other screen that you're seeing right now. And I mean, he's a bit of a twat, to be honest. I mean, look at that face. That is a twat face if I've ever seen one. Now, as you can see, I completely abandoned mission there and did not make a platform at all. Even though I said I was going to do it, did not do it. Now, I can't really remember why I abandoned the mission. This footage that we are watching, you're watching wherever Editor Matt puts it. I'm watching it kind of just down here in front of me. I mean, this footage was filmed over a year ago, so I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone a year ago. Now, there was a lot more footage when it came to the building of this enclosure than you're going to be seeing in this video. I had a different idea as to what to do with this particular enclosure build. However, the microphone decided to f*** off and not record anything. So, we've had to reevaluate. Henceforth, I'm sitting here in the same fashion as doing most of the quadplex videos. So I imagine this will do f*** all for views, but I want to finish the quadplex. This is me finishing it. The basic gist of it is that a lot of the audio on that video that I filmed sounds like shit. Sounds muffled as all hell. Sounds like I'm being muffled under a pillow or something. Which I'm not against. In the right circumstances, I wouldn't be against that. But it does make it a little hard to hear what I'm saying. So I'm now forced to sit here and bullshit again. But good thing for me, that is my specialty subject. I went to university and have a minor in bullshit from the University of Sorry, I mean Kent. But to be honest, the top enclosure there was basically the same build as all the other enclosures. So be kind of dull, me just showing you the same thing for a fourth time, even though that was the original plan. Doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. So while I've been sitting here talking to you, bullshitting, Editor Matt has hopefully had a portion of the video playing on the left, right, middle, entire screen, whatever he decides to do. It can be difficult to predict because he's a bit of a simp, remember. But regardless, that's pretty much all I'm going to show you in regards to the build of that enclosure. But the enclosure is built, it looks beautiful, Cleo loved it. Right, so I'm going to have to break the fourth wall here, or third. I'm not really sure which one it is, but I've got to break one of them down. But Cleo no longer lives in the top enclosure of this quadplex, because as I said, I filmed that about a year ago, and he's outgrown it. Because Cleo's probably pushing about 6 to 7 feet long now, so he doesn't fit in there anymore. So let me give you some information on Cleo. He's an adult male Taiwan beauty rat snake. He's approaching 4 years old, and I've owned him for 3 of those years. So I've got a few tidbits of information for you, if you plan on getting a Taiwan beauty snake, to make you aware of what you're getting into. They are f***ing fast. Let me tell you, holy shit, if they decide to go in that direction, they're going in that direction, and you just better be ready. Now, some snakes are picky eaters, like hognose snakes and whatnot. Taiwan beauty snakes, at least from my experience, no, not at all. He'll eat literally anything you put in front of him. He would eat a hot dog if you offered it to him. I don't offer him hot dogs, but I can guarantee you he would eat it if I offered it. Now, Cleo is hella shy with everyone. Even me, he's very shy. He's set up in an enclosure that's in my room where I sleep, and more often than not, he'll be chilling on the branches. Even though he's a lot more active at night, he'll be chilling out on the branches during the day, without a problem. If anybody else comes into the room, he either turns into a solid statue, or he'll hide. But typically, if it's just me around, he's pretty chill with that. Now, the reason why he doesn't get scared when I'm in the room with him, maybe because he likes me. It's doubtful. I imagine he's just desensitized to me because he sees me all the time. Now, he's also the smartest snake that I own. Now, that's not saying a lot. Snakes are thick as pig shit. But Cleo is definitely a caliber above all the other snakes I have. For an example, it's very simplistic an example, but it is one nevertheless. He only shits in one corner of his enclosure. I mean, to be fair, that's pretty much the only example I have of his intelligence. That, and that he understands how to avoid being handled. The little f***er. In his enclosure, he has his black hide, which is his humid hide. And then he has his high hide at the top of the enclosure, on the left. Whenever he's in his black humid hide, that's when I can handle him, because I can take the hide out of the enclosure and take him out of the hide. He knows that. If he does not want to be handled, which is pretty much every single day, he makes a beeline for the hide at the top of the enclosure because he knows I can't get him out of that one. And the reason I've come to this conclusion is because I used to go and try and handle him. I'd go and open his door, and then as I did, he would make a beeline for his black hide. I'd take the hide out, handle him, fine, everything's good. But then after enough time, what started to happen was he would never beeline for the black hide again. He will always beeline to the top one. Always, because he knows that I can't take that hide out of the enclosure. And if I reach my hand into that enclosure to grab him, I'm not sure how many of you keep very, very long snakes with a prehensile tail like he has. When you're pulling him out of the enclosure, he will wrap himself around 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 branches, however many branches that get in his way, and then you've got to try and untangle him. He's a very strong snake, and in the end you just get bored. I'll be honest, I just get bored and leave him be. He's not a biter, he doesn't try and bite, but he does try and flee. He's more of a scared snake as opposed to an aggressive snake, because I know Taiwan beauty snakes don't have the best name for being nice. Cleo is a nice one, but he's very shy. So pretty much the only time now that he uses that black cumin hide is after I've fed him, because he knows I won't handle him after that, I guess. I'm not sure if he's intelligent enough to know that I won't handle him after he's fed, but every time he eats, he goes into his human hide, and then that's pretty much where he stays, until he shits in the left corner of the enclosure, and then he'll hang around on the branches until I plan on handling him, and then he'll beeline for the top left hide, because he knows I can't get him, and it's a ritual that we go through every single week. Now, I'm not saying all Taiwan beauty snakes are going to be like Cleo. Be prepared, some of them are little f***ers. It comes down to the personality of the snake, and it comes down to what they've experienced in their life being handled by humans. If I had not handled Cleo when he was a baby, the chances are he would not be the way he is now. He might be chiller than the average Taiwan beauty snake, but he probably would not have been as nice as he is now if I hadn't handled him at all. So if you're looking to get a Taiwan beauty snake, or an Asian rat snake in general, or a Texas rat snake for that matter, be prepared, they will be work. Even one with a very chill personality will take time and effort to keep chill. Right, so let's quickly recap this video. It's been all over the fucking shot, isn't it? I don't handle him all that much, because I don't really need to, and he's a pain in the living arse to get out of that enclosure, but he is a chill snake, and I don't really feel the need that I have to do it anymore, like when he was a baby. And he's a 6 to 7 foot long snake at this point, so handling him is no joke. He takes a lot of effort. He's a very active snake, so when you do handle him, he's moving around an absolute crud ton. As always, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, which can't imagine why you would. This has been quite a dull, boring, and probably irritating video to watch, if anything. But I'll see you in the next one.